Section 51. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 41. I'm just watching the excitement and it's not a big deal. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments. Are you really unable to deal with it, or do you just don't want to deal with it? Ding Zheng's voice was very cold and devoid of any emotion. A cold wind blew in Xianyang Palace, which made Zhao Gao shiver as if he were facing an abyss. Your Majesty, the highest one in the net is Grandmaster Perfection. There is also one in Baiwa City, and there are more than one. My lord, I really can't deal with it. Please forgive me, Your Majesty. Zhao Gao hurriedly knelt down and said tremblingly, it's not that he doesn't want to deal with Baiwa City, but that there is simply no way. If he could deal with it, he would have trapped Baiwa City long ago. Putting aside the matters in Baiwa City for now, how are the remnants of the Mo family doing? Ding Zheng asked calmly. The reason why he changed the topic was not because Ying Zheng was afraid, not to mention the Grand Master. Even the land gods are not worth mentioning in front of Qin's army. After the Mo family's organ city was breached, the Mo family, Gai Nye and Jing Tianming left, and the group went to Dongjun Songhai. Seeing that His Majesty did not continue to ask about Baiwa, Zhao Gao breathed a sigh of relief. Continue surveillance. I obey the decree. After Zhao Gao left, Bai Qi, the leader of the Black Ice platform, appeared. Join Your Majesty. No need to be polite, Mr. Wuan, how are things arranged? Everything is ready, just waiting for His Majesty's order. Black Ice platform can start taking action. Very good. After the brief conversation between the two ended, Bai Qi disappeared again. The Qin, Jiuzhou mansion. When Ying Ziyu saw Nongyu on the list, he smiled and shook his head. I didn't expect that this little girl who doesn't like fighting and only wants to play the piano well would be on the list of geniuses. The rest of Baiwa will also board it. These confidantes of mine are really better than the last. Ying Ziyu said with a smile. Master, do you feel a headache? Jiang Yuyan asked with a smile. Ying Ziyu shook his head and said, no, I feel very relieved. Because I was the one who made it possible for them to be on the list of geniuses. I wonder who in the world has my level. Being able to easily put someone on the list of geniuses, if people in Kyushu knew about this ability, they would definitely go crazy for it. Master is really awesome. I admire you more and more, Master. Jiang Yuyan smiled and squeezed Ying Ziyu's shoulders. If the old men behind her saw this scene, they would definitely be furious. The majestic saint actually did such a thing. Jin Luoyi appeared again. Master, please report the news from the Ming cult. Yin Susu, the daughter of white-browed eagle king Yin Tianzheng, has temporarily taken over the position of leader of the Ming cult. Once the cause of Yang Dingtian's death is found out, he can become the true leader. In addition, my subordinates have found out that Chen Kuan has secretly defected to Dayuan and became a guest of Dayuan's Riyang Palace. Jin Luoyi was like a robot, reporting the situation coldly. Tell the watchman in the Ming cult and secretly tell Yin Susu the real cause of Yang Dingtian's death. In addition, announce Chen Kuan's defection to Dayuan. Look at the reaction from the Shaolin Temple. Ying Ziyu said. As you command. After Jin Luo left, Jiang Yuyan asked with a smile, Master, are you planning to attack the Shaolin Temple? No, I'm just watching the fun and don't mind it. Ying Ziyu laughed. Jiang Yuyan was a little confused and didn't understand what Ying Ziyu meant. Yin Yang family, Dong Jun, who became the leader, saw Nongyu on the list and shook his head helplessly. Back then, she and Xiao Siming followed that guy to Baiwa City. After seeing those women with their own merits, Dong Jun felt very uncomfortable at first. Later, when I got in touch with it, I slowly accepted this reality. Who made her like that heartless man so much? Sister Nongyu, people who don't like fighting are on the list of geniuses. The techniques left behind by that heartless man are really good things. Dong Jun said calmly. Young Siming on the side smiled and nodded. She would only take off her veil to speak in front of Ying Ziyu. The rest of the time, no matter who was around, she wouldn't say a word. At this time, the Ma sect had not yet received the news that Yin Susu would become the acting leader. After hearing that Yang Dingtian had passed away, Master Mijie hurriedly summoned all the disciples of the Ma sect. She wants to unite various sects to deal with the Ming cult. The Euphemistic name is to eliminate harm in the martial arts world. In fact, she wanted to take personal revenge. When Yang Xiao was a boy, he competed with Gu Hongzi of Amei, snatched his Etienne's sword and threw it to the ground. Gu Hongzi was angered to death, and Yang Xiao also became enemies with Amei. The first stop for Master Jijie was Wudang. Meet Master Zhang. Master Jijie bowed and said. Zhang Sanfeng smiled and waved his hand. Master, there is no need to be polite. I wonder why Master Tai came to my Wudang to do something important. The relationship between Wudang and Amei has always been very good, and the disciples of the two sects also have a good relationship. This is also the reason why Master Miejie came to Wudang first. In addition, Zhang Sanfeng is highly respected in the martial arts world and is also a land god. He promised to deal with the Mingjiao, and when the time came to talk to the other sects, he would be able to rip off the tigers' skin. Deal with the Ming cult. Master Miejie said straightforwardly. Immediately afterwards, he recounted all the evil deeds of the Taiming cult of the Mia Master. He bluntly said that he was doing this to eliminate harm in the martial arts world. With the death of Yang Dingtian, the Ming cult must be very unstable at this moment. Section 52. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As long as we take action, we will definitely be able to severely damage the Mingjiao. Even if we annihilate it, it is very possible. Master Miejie said swornly. From what she said, it seemed that as soon as these people arrived, people of the Ming cult must put down their weapons obediently, stick out their heads and wait to be hacked to death. I heard that the Ming cult already has an acting leader. Does Master know about this matter? Zhang Sanfeng asked. Master Miejie's expression changed, but he quickly covered it up and said, I was in a hurry when I came out, so I didn't hear the news. She originally thought that the Ming church would be in chaos for a while, but she didn't expect that there would be an acting leader so quickly. May I ask Master Zhang, is this acting leader Yang Xiao? Master Miejie was in a very uneasy mood. Zhang Sanfeng shook his head. No, it's a girl named Yin Susu. She seems to be the daughter of the white-browed eagle king. What? Master Miejie was very surprised. Do you really mean what the real person said? Master Zhu stood up quickly and asked. Yang Xiao is the left envoy of Guangming, the most powerful person in Mingjiao besides Yang Dingtian. How could the acting leader not be him, but the daughter of the white-browed eagle king? Master Miejie felt that he had heard a big joke. Really? Zhang Sanfeng nodded and said with great certainty. Master Miejie sat on the chair again, her eyes flickered, and she began to think about a new plan in her mind, asking for comments, asking for flowers, asking for evaluation votes, and asking for comments. Chapter 42, The Idiot Song Qing Shu, by Zhantong of Tongfuin. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments. Somewhere in Wudang Mountain, Song Qingshu hurriedly walked up after seeing Zhou Jiruo, who was thinking about him day and night. Junior sister Jiruo. Song Qingshu shouted from afar. The speed of his feet was very fast, and he even used the light skill of Wudang Tianzong. In the blink of an eye, he was in front of Zhou Jiruo. Senior brother Song, Zhou Jiruo said calmly. During this time, she heard some rumors at the door, said that the master planned to let her marry Song Qingshu of Wudang to consolidate the relationship between the Wudang sect and the Amei sect. Zhou Jiruo was naturally unwilling. She already has someone she likes. What's more, with her current strength, no one in the entire Amei sect can be her opponent. Although Amei and Wudang are both major martial arts schools, however, Amei has a major flaw. There is no master of the land fairy realm to take charge. As a result, Amei has always been a first-class sect, not a top sect, and has never been able to compete with Wudang and Shaolin. This matter has always been a thorn in Master Miejie's heart. That's why she came up with this idea to strengthen the relationship between the two factions by marrying their disciples. Moreover, as far as Master Miejie knew, Song Qingshu of Wudang had always liked Zhou Jiruo. Master Miejie came here this time to confirm and sound out the situation, so that if there is a chance, the matter could be settled. Zhou Jiruo knew all these things. The reason why we still come to Wudang Mountain together is simply because we still have a glimmer of hope for the master. If the master really doesn't care about her feelings, she will definitely turn around and leave. Junior sister Jiruo, I've been looking for you for a long time, but I didn't expect you to be here. Song Qingshu said with a smile. after learning the news of Zhou Jiruo's arrival, he tidied himself up from top to bottom. The purpose is to show the best side of herself in front of Zhou Jiruo. Senior brother Song, what do you want from me? Zhou Jiruo asked with a frown. She didn't like the way Song Qingshu looked at her. I don't even like Song Qingshu's familiar attitude. This made Zhou Jiruo feel disgusted. Junior sister Jiruo, I was on the list of geniuses not long ago. My talent has even been recognized by heaven. I am now one of the most dazzling people in Kyushu. Ho Zhu, the Iron Courage god of the Ming Dynasty, even sent someone to ask me to join his Dragon Guard villa, but I refused. Song Qingshu blew himself up without blushing at all. Zhou Jiruo felt even more disgusted when she saw Song Qingshu like this. She clearly remembered that when the list of geniuses was announced, it was clearly stated that one's origin was also important. Zhou Jiruo has also heard about Song Qingshu's talent, a straw bag. Being able to be on the list of geniuses is purely based on family background. I have a good father and a good master. Senior brother Song, if there is nothing else, I will leave first. Zhou Jiruo said coldly. She didn't want to stay here and look at Song Qingshu's appearance. Song Qingshu saw this and said hurriedly, Junior sister Jiruo, wait a minute. After stopping Zhou Jiruo, Song Qingshu took a few deep breaths and said, Junior sister Jiruo, I have dragged my father to propose marriage to your master. I really like you. I look like you every day when I close my eyes. I hope you can give me a chance. After saying this, Song Qingshu plucked up the courage to look at Zhou Jiruo. As a result, Song Qingshu's eyes felt a sting in the next second. You have to give up on this. I won't agree to it. I already have someone I like in my heart. He is better than you, more humble than you, and stronger than you. Zhou Jiruo said lightly. Just as Song Qingshu was about to continue speaking, he felt a strong internal force and his whole body was directly pressed to the ground. Junior sister Jiruo, you. Song Qingshu stared with big eyes, very shocked. Great master. This is the difference between you and me. He is stronger than me. Don't you dare mention what you just said in front of me again. I wouldn't mind killing you. Section 54. You are listening at novelfull.audio. But Qin Gong is the best in the world. If he can step into the Grand Master realm, even masters who have reached the Grand Master's perfect realm may not be able to catch up with him. Chu Liuxiang told what he learned about the situation. What he said was all true, without any exaggeration or self-effacing intention. Brother Lu, do you want Bai Zhantong to help find Brother Shiman? Hua Manlu asked with a smile. He knew Lu Xiaofeng very well. Sometimes, before Lu Xiaofeng finished speaking, Hua Manlu already knew what was going on. Those who know me, Brother Hua. To be called a thief saint, you must have your own special abilities, group, then it shouldn't be difficult for him to find someone. Lu Xiaofeng nodded and laughed. This is a good idea. Everyone is good at different areas. We can invite Bai Zhantong to give it a try. Chu Liuxiang nodded in agreement. Afterwards, the three of them rushed towards Tongfu Inn in Qixia town, Deqin, Dongjun Songhai, the place where the remnants of the Mahist family hide. When Pirate Ji saw Bai Zhantong on the list, the expression on his face was a little unnatural. He, the king of thieves, has just made it onto the innate list. Now another thief saint has emerged and directly entered the Grandmaster list. Doesn't this mean that everyone in Jiuzhou knows that his thieves are not as good as Bai Zhantong? How abominable! Robber Ji gritted his teeth and said fiercely, if it had been anyone else, Thief Shi wouldn't be so angry, but in the field of theft, Thief Shi has always considered himself invincible. He must personally get back the lost face. If the Mo family were not in danger now, Thief Shi would definitely go to Ming Dynasty to challenge Bai Zhantong immediately. Xiao Ji, don't take it too seriously. Right now, we still have to focus on preserving our strength. Yan Dan looked pale and said weakly, when the government city was destroyed, in order to protect the Mahist disciples from retreating, he and Gainye broke up to stop the people who made the trap. Even with Gainye's help, Yan Dan was still seriously injured. I just woke up a few days ago. Thief Shi sighed and nodded helplessly. Upon seeing this, Yan Dan walked to the side of Gainye in front, and the two began to communicate. Bai Zhantong finally found a stable place, and now he started wandering around the world again. Ying Ziyu smiled and took a sip of wine. The thief saint, this name is quite resounding, but I don't know if he is really capable. Jiang Yuyan said, she has always believed that in the face of absolute strength, no tricks are of any use. You can hit me countless times, but I only need one to kill you. Moreover, with the suppression of realm, even if you are a thief saint, I am still faster than you. Even if the speed is not as good as yours, the internal energy consumption will still consume you to death. He is capable. Absorb him into the watchman. Ying Ziyu said. A voice came from behind him, yes. Ying Ziyu did this for one reason, to attract more talents for the big update. Warriors like Xiaoyuer and Huawuk who are still in the innate realm will not be spared even by the Watchers. Naturally, Bai Zhantong will not let go of someone with special abilities. Please comment, please give me flowers, please give me feedback. Brothers, it will be on the shelves soon. If anyone still reads it, please leave a comment. There has been no comment, and the author is very panicked. Chapter 44. Is this all in your plan? Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments. Ming Dynasty, Xuanhuan Mansion. Uncle Shi, how is your Majesty's condition? Qing asked. Ever since His Majesty was assassinated and fell into a coma, various structures in the Ming Dynasty have become extremely busy. Xichang, Jinyui, Xuanhuan Mansion, and Lemenman have been searching for Yi Guqing's whereabouts. As for Dongchang, since the governor Chao Zhengchun was sent to the sky prison, he is no longer as strong as before and can only behave with his tail between his legs. Still not awake. Zhuge Zhenghua shook his head, very helpless. All available methods have been used, but His Majesty never woke up. The rebellion of King Nan and King Ning continues, the imperial army has not achieved results, and the Ming Dynasty has become precarious. Zhuge Zheng was very worried about me. At present, there are large and small turbulences all over the Ming Dynasty. Outside the customs, the Qin Dynasty was eyeing the Ming Dynasty covetously. If these conflicts within the Ming Dynasty cannot be resolved as soon as possible, the Ming Dynasty will become very dangerous. Uncle Shi, I think this matter may not be as simple as it seems on the surface. Lord Titan obviously does not want to stabilize Ming Dynasty as soon as possible. I'm afraid he has a deeper conspiracy. Ruthless frowned and said, from the beginning, she always felt that His Majesty's assassination was strange. At that time, she had no clue in her mind. After Taidan Shenhe began to handle the government affairs, with his ability, Ming Dynasty should be able to stabilize soon. As a result, the Ming Dynasty became increasingly chaotic, with undercurrents surging everywhere. This made Qingwu have to doubt Titan Shenhe. Zhuge Zheng also understood what Qingqing said, but he could only shake his head helplessly and said, before there is conclusive evidence, it is better not to jump to conclusions. Our enemies are not just in the court, there are more enemies hidden in the dark that we cannot see. It is precisely these people who can often give us the most fatal blow. Ruthless nodded calmly. The figure of Ziyang Ying Ziyu appeared subconsciously in her mind. If it were you, what would you do at this time? Wu Qing asked secretly in his heart. Among the people she has ever met, Ziyang is the most talented and wise person. Any difficulty seems to be no difficulty in front of him, he can solve any difficulty easily. At this time, the genius list was shaken again. Section 55. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 13th place on the list of geniuses. Ruthless. Identity, the leader of the 4 famous arresters in the 6 gates of the Ming Dynasty. Realm, Grandmaster reaches the pinnacle of perfection. Kung Fu, Qianji transformation hand, Qi breaking divine Kung Fu, Shun and reverse divine needle, single rust on a branch, 3 points of exposure, etc. Reward, earth level low grade treasure, Qiankuan heaven and earth box, which contains all hidden weapons in the world and can crack all mechanisms in the world. You only need to input a small amount of internal force to use it. A boxy box appeared in Ruthless' hands. She put a small amount of internal energy into it, the box opened instantly. There are various hidden weapons inside. It's dazzling to see. Wu Qing regained his power again and the box returned to normal. This thing is really ingenious. It actually contains the art of mechanism. Zhuge Zhenghua was amazed. Since the Tianjiao list became a reality, He has learned a lot, all kinds of treasures and elixirs that have never been seen before appear all at once. Now even this small box is so magical and can contain all the hidden weapons in the world. In the past, Zhuge Zheng and I would never have believed it. The first thing Wu Qing thought of was not these, but what Xiao Yaoke said to her back then. You are good at using hidden weapons, so I will teach you a set of skills and techniques to release hidden weapons at the same time. As a result, Qin Wu learned how to change his skills. This greatly improved her ability to use hidden weapons. Even some great masters were unable to capture where her hidden weapon would be released. Now with this Qianquan Heaven and Earth box, her hidden weapon level will be greatly improved again. Is this all part of your plan? Ruthless murmured. Zhuge Zhenhua didn't ask any questions when he saw this, he just shook his head and left. When Ying Ziyu saw Qin on the list, she thought of that woman who was fragile but extremely strong. 1,000 machine transformation hands were born out of his Gods and Demons book. While cultivating internal strength, the practitioner can also throw hidden weapons in a ghostly manner, making it difficult for people to detect them. With this reward box, she should be able to get to the next level. Ying Ziyu lay lazily on the rocking chair he made. All things have been arranged and are proceeding in an orderly manner. The system rewarded a lot of things, so he first checked to see if any of them were useful to him. The place where Jiang Yuyan rests, a woman dressed as a maid came over. Meet the saint. Jiang Yuyan nodded and said, you knew, what's going on with those old guys? Brothers, it will be on the shelves soon. If anyone still reads it, please leave a comment. There has been no comment, and the author is very panicked. Chapter 45, The Holy Land Behind Jiang Yuyan, Star's Soul Lost the Heavenly Reward. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments. The elders ask their slaves to ask the saint when she plans to return. Tianmen, Soshan Palace and other forces are closing in on the Holy Land step by step, and the elders can no longer withstand it. The Supreme Elder and others are trapped in the forbidden area of Kunlun Mountain and cannot come out. The only one who can save the Holy Land is you, the Holy Maiden. The Yu girl told the situation with a sad face. Jiang Yuyan frowned. She didn't expect the situation in the Holy Land to be so bad. Shi Tian, the immortal gods, they deserve to die. If my strength hadn't been completely restored, there would be no room for their arrogance. Jiang Yuyan's face was as cold as frost, and as soon as she got angry, a chill came over her body. His lips instantly turned purple, and streams of white cold air came out of his nostrils. Saint, how are you? Yu Nu asked very eagerly. Jiang Yuyan waved her hands and said, I'm fine. Go back and tell the elders that if it doesn't work, then abandon the Holy Land. As long as people are still alive, we will still have a chance to take revenge and be able to reorganize the Holy Land. The Holy Land is just a place of death, and people are better off alive than anything else. This is her logic. What she said makes perfect sense. When a person dies, everything he says is in vain. As you command. The Yu girl turned and left. Damn cold poison, after I get rid of you, I must kill Emperor Shirtian with my own hands. Jiang Yuyan's eyes showed a strong murderous aura. In order to protect the Holy Land, she fought against Emperor Shirtian. As a result, she was seriously injured. It was also at that time that she met her master Ying Ziyu. I hope my affairs will not interfere with the master's plans. Jiang Yuyan thought to herself. The Yin and Yang family of the great Qin Dynasty. Ever since Dong Jun became the leader of the Yin Yang family, she mobilized all her disciples to look for traces of Zaiyak Ying Ziyu. This decision caused dissatisfaction among many people, including Xuanhuan, who was known as the genius of the Yin Yang family. I don't know what Lord Donghuang thinks, so he gave up the position of leader to Dong Jun so easily. Originally, our Yin Yang family was well hidden, but now it is directly exposed to all major forces. Under the leadership of this new leader, the Yin Yang family still doesn't know where it will go. Xuanhuan said with a gloomy face. Ever since he learned that Dong Jun and Xiao Siming were promoted to land gods, I hold a grudge against these two people in my heart. In Xuanhuan's opinion, he should be the second land immortal of the Yin Yang family. Now that he was robbed, he was very unhappy. What's more, Xiao Siming was once his subordinate. Xuanhuan felt very unhappy when he thought about being surpassed by his former subordinate. Xiangjuan and Su Fu beside Xuanhuan were also drinking, sighing and shaking their heads. they were older and knew what to say and what not to say. Even if they had a lot of worries in their hearts, they would not express them directly like Xuanhuan did. Section 56. You are listening at novelfull.audio. They would not do such a thing to offend the new leader. What's more, the new leader is still a woman. Women all hold grudges. Star Soul sneered after seeing Wu Qin on the list. It's a woman again. I don't know if there is an error in this Grandmaster list. There are actually women on the list one after another. Could it be that the best men in Kyushu are not as good as these women? I don't think this Grandmaster list is accurate at all. Xuanhuan said very jealously, he is also a master, he is also young, and his background is also good. Why can these people be on the list of geniuses, but his Star Soul can't? Master Xuanhuan seems to be in a bad mood recently. It's better to stop complaining, practice more, and do more things. Otherwise, trouble may strike one day. Xuanhuan said calmly. If Lord Xuanhuan feels dissatisfied, you can go talk to the new leader. Xuanhuan and I can't help the leader make a decision. There is no way to manipulate the ranking of the genius list. Su Fu made a sarcastic comment. Star Soul became even colder. Although he is young, he can still understand the meaning of Xiang Jun and Su Fu's words. With a cold snort, Xuanhuan continued to drink. At this time, the list of geniuses was shaken again, 13th on the list of geniuses. Star Soul. Identity, Guardian Zhua of the Yin Yang family of Great Qin. Realm, Late Grand Master. Skills, Gathering energy to form a blade, Yin-Yang puppet technique, soul-stirring puppet technique, mind-reading technique, corpse god curse gu, soul zilangjiu. Reward, prefecture-level middle-grade elixir, Wuji 5 elements pill. After taking it, you will increase your internal strength for 90 years and enhance the Yin and Yang and 5 element skills. The body will automatically generate the power of the 5 elements to help you practice. Xuanhuan looked at the elixir in his hand and was stunned for a moment. Then he grinned crazily and looked very crazy. It seems that this genius list still has some ability to recognize people. Xuanhuan said with a smile. He completely forgot about what he had just said about the list of geniuses. For him, the fact that he is on the list of geniuses proves that there is no problem with this list. Seeing this, Xiang Jun and Su Fu smiled helplessly and shook their heads. They understand Xuanhuan's character very well. Just when Xuanhuan was about to take the elixir, a gourd vine suddenly appeared and swept away the elixir. My elixir! Xuanhuan hurriedly chased after him. As a result, before taking a few steps, I was trapped by a branch growing out. Immediately afterwards, Dong Jun and Xiao Siming, who was holding the elixir, walked out. There are 3 more updates today. Brothers who can't wait can go to bed early and watch it tomorrow. Chapter 46. Killing Star Soul. Donghuang doesn't understand. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments. Dong Jun, Xiao Siming, why do you two want to steal my pill? Xuanhuan said angrily when he saw the 2 people appearing. 1 second ago, I was feeling smug and proud of being on the list of geniuses. The heavenly reward was taken away in the next second. Ups and downs only happen in an instant. Star Soul naturally couldn't accept it. Have you forgotten what you said just now? Dong Jun said coldly, looking at Xuanhuan with cold eyes, as if he was looking at a dead person. Xuanhuan's body trembled subconsciously. He is sure that Dong Jun wants to kill him. Lord Dong Jun, I just said the wrong thing. I shouldn't question your decision. I was wrong. Xuanhuan lowered his head and said, as soon as he finished speaking, he clenched his fists tightly. Ever since he became the Zhua protector of the Yin Yang family, he has never been as humble as he is today. Intense shame swept through Xuanhuan's body. What kind of situation do you think the Yin Yang family will go to? Dong Jun ignored Xuanhuan's apology and approached step by step. With each step, Dongjuan's aura increases, and the internal force pressing on Xuanhuan increases. Watch Fei Lu, Ba Wu Ling Er Jiu Lu Wu Lin Yi, click, click, click. The floor was overwhelmed and cracks appeared. The atmosphere suddenly became tense. Xuanhuan endured the tremendous pressure and inner fear, gritted his teeth and said, don't you, Lord Dongjun, still not allow the people below to speak freely? He was also willing to go all out. He was already sure that Dong Jun would not let him go easily. instead of lowering your head and begging for mercy, which will end badly, it is better to fight back forcefully. Snort. Dongjun snorted coldly, she gently stretched out her hand and patted it forward. A red and blue Tai Chi appears. Go. Tai Chi landed on Xinghuan's head. In an instant, Xinghuan felt the taste of ice and fire. All. Xinghuan screamed loudly in pain. I'm not denying you freedom of expression. I just hate it when people say bad things about me behind my back. If you have any opinions, you can tell me in person. Whether you listen or not is up to me. However, it is absolutely not allowed to speak ill of me behind my back. I will not forgive anyone who makes this mistake. Dongjun said coldly. Tai Chi fell slowly, and Xinghuan did not wait to die. The long sword made of purple inner energy appeared in his hand, aiming at the green vines at his feet. He chopped down hard. The result was far beyond Xinghuan's expectations. Section 57. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This attack not only failed to cut off, but also broke his chi-gathering blade. How is this possible? Xinghuan stared at the scene in disbelief. A mere late-stage grandmaster wants to break the moves of a land immortal. Xinghuan, who gave you the courage? Dongjun said sarcastically. Xiangyuan and Xufu on the side also saw for the first time how terrifying the land immortals were. Although Donghuang is also a land immortal, they have never seen Donghuang take action. Today, they saw with their own eyes how Dongjun and Xiao Siming tortured Xinghuan. As a martial artist in the late stage of the Grandmaster, being able to let two land immortals attack at the same time, even if it means death, Xinghuan's life is worth it. Xiao Siming did not speak. She quickly formed seals in her hands. Green lights flashed quickly. The vines that bound Xinghuan slowly climbed up, and sharp thorns grew on them. Xinghuan began to scream again. Kill me quickly, don't torture me. Xinghuan couldn't bear such pain, and begged Dongjun and Xiao Siming to kill him. Dongjun, if you kill me, aren't you afraid that Lord Donghuang will cause you trouble? Xinghuan asked loudly. At this moment, he had lost his mind. Whatever he thought of, he would say it directly. Now, I am the leader of the Yin family, and even Donghuang can't order me. If he comes to me for trouble because of this matter, Xiao Siming and I will take action against him. Just wait for death obediently. Dongjuan's cold voice and cold words were full of unquestionable domineering. Although her strength was not enough to do anything to Donghuang, she and Xiao Siming joined forces. Even if they couldn't kill Donghuang, they would have no problem defeating Donghuang. Xinghuan's screams lasted for a whole stick of incense, during which Dongjun and Xiao Siming's expressions did not change at all. Xiangyuan and Xufu were frightened and their faces turned pale. It was too cruel. They had never seen a person die so painfully. Even if Su Fu fed the pill to a living person, he felt that his behavior was 1,000 times more merciful than the way Dongjun and Xiao Siming killed Xinghuan. Tell the people of Yin family about the cause of Xinghuan's death. Tell them to do a good job, and I will never treat them unfairly. Otherwise, this is the end. After that, Dongjun and Xiao Siming left, then Donghuang appeared. Greetings, Lord Donghuang. Xiangyuan and Xufu shouted in unison. Donghuang did not respond, but fell into deep thought as he looked at the place where Xinghuan died. What kind of skills did they use? Why can't I understand it at all? Is Zayak's skills a top-grade heavenly level? Or has it surpassed the heavenly level and reached an unprecedented level? Such questions emerged in Donghuang's mind. At his level, he would have some experience with ordinary heaven-level skills. After a little thought, just now, Donghuang was secretly watching Dongjun and Xiao Siming's moves, trying to understand something from them, but he found that he couldn't understand it at all, so, Donghuang had these questions in his mind. There are 2 more chapters. Brothers who can't wait can go to bed first and read it tomorrow morning. Chapter 47. The changes in the Tianjiao list, Gainye's solemnity. Seeking flowers, evaluation votes, collections, comments. Because Xinghuan was killed, the 13th place in the Tianjiao list was vacant. The list will be updated once a month and a new 13th place will be released. The words on the Tianjiao list once again attracted the attention of Jiuzhou. Since the Tianjiao list was announced, Xinghuan is still the first person to be killed. Qin, Xianyang Palace. When Ying Zheng saw Xinghuan on the list, he felt a little uncomfortable. after all, Xuanhuan is a member of the Yinyang family, although Qin and the Yinyang family have close cooperation now. However, once Ying Zhang's plan to deal with the various schools of thought officially begins, then Qin and the Yinyang family will inevitably become enemies. It is not a good thing for Qin when the enemy is strong. As a result, Xuanhuan was killed in the blink of an eye, and Ying Zhang was also very surprised. Zhao Gao, find out the cause of Xuanhuan's death. Ying Zhang said coldly. I obey your order. The mansion of the 9th prince of the Great Qin, Ying Ziyu saw that Xuanhuan was killed less than half an hour after he was listed. He also felt that this matter was a bit strange. Check what happened to the Yinyang family. Ying Ziyu said. Yes, sir. That Ying Ziyu knew that Dong Jun had been looking for him after becoming the leader of the Yinyang family. He was not worried about Dong Jun and Xiao Siming. These two people have become immortals on land. There may be people who can defeat them and trap them in Jiuzhou, but there is definitely no one who can kill them. Even those old monsters who are hiding can't do it. There is nothing else, mainly because the treasures that Ying Ziyu left for them are really against the sky. It seems that I can't stay in the mansion all the time. I still have to go out and move around more. Ying Ziyu said lightly. Baiwa City, Yan Lingji and others fell into deep thought after seeing the words on the Tianzhou list. Sister Fian is already the leader of the Yinyang family. The star soul of the Yinyang family was killed just after being listed. Could something happen to the Yinyang family? Nong Yu asked worriedly. With Fei Yan's strength, even if the Yinyang family is really in danger, she and Xiao Siming can retreat safely. Xinu said very calmly. Yan Lingji and others nodded in agreement. They have seen how powerful Fei Yan is, that's why he said such things. I hope Sister Fian and Xiao Siming will be safe and sound. Nong Yu put his hands in front of him and said silently. I'd better send someone to Qin secretly to inquire about the news. Section 58. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Once something happens to the Yinyang family, we can help Fei Yan. Yan Lingji said. That makes sense. The purple girl nodded in agreement. In Baiwa City, the two of them are the strongest. Everyday decisions are made by the two of them. In comparison, the two of them have much better strategies and vision than the other women. Qin, Dongjun Songhai, the hiding place of the Mahist family, the great son of the Mahist family Yan Dan, the sword master Gainye, the little sage Shuang Zhongliang, Xiang Liang and Fan Zheng of the Xiang clan of Chu state gathered here. Besides us, there is also Mr. Xia Yozi from the Taoist Tianzong who didn't come. Farmers have too many things going on, so they can't get involved at the moment. Yan Dan said with a serious face. Originally, according to the Qinlong plan planned by Lord Chongping, all the surviving people of various schools of thought and the 6 kingdoms, including Qin, would be involved. The person who inherited the Qinlong plan from the farm family was originally Tian Guang, the former hero. Tian Guang handed over the parts of the Qinlong plan that he had mastered to the leader of the Kuaiwei Hall, Xing Qi, and the leader of Lieshan Hall, Tian Meng. However, Tian Guang disappeared mysteriously and has no whereabouts so far. Later, Xingqi was designed by Tian Mi, Tian Meng and others to take away the position of the hall leader. Tian Guang realized that the Qin was behind this, so after rescuing Wu Kuang, Tian Guang disappeared mysteriously and has not been traced to this day. This also resulted in the farmer family with the largest number of children being unable to participate for the time being. The star soul of the Yin-Yang family died just after being listed. That's good news for us. The Yin-Yang family has always been close to the Qin. Losing a grandmaster will reduce some of the Qin's strength. Xiang Liang said, although he also knew that a star's soul was nothing to the Qin. However, these anti-Qin forces are currently in the most difficult time, and something like this can just happen to inspire them. Really? Zhang Liang nodded and said, then, he asked, Mr. Gainye, you have been by Ying Zhang's side for many years. Aside from Luo Sheng and Shadow Guard, are there other hidden organizations in the Qin, that the most powerful among them are only at the peak level of the Grand Master? They can be sure that the Qin is protected by people in the realm of land gods, but I don't know how many exactly there are. Zhang Liang asked this question because he wanted to understand this matter. Then we can make various arrangements. Gainye nodded and said, the Qin has a deeply hidden organization. It's the black ice platform that was built by Duke Xiao back then. However, I don't know exactly how many people there are, who the leader is, and what their strength is. Black ice platform is very mysterious, unless Ying personally gives the order. Otherwise, no one would have found a trace of them. They may be peddlers and pawns on the streets, swordsmen and warriors in the martial arts world, or they may be an inconspicuous soldier in the army. These people themselves are very powerful, and they hide themselves very well. When Gai Nye talked about He Bingtai, his expression was very serious and his brows were even more furrowed. It can be seen how terrifying the black ice platform is in his opinion. Can you tell me in detail? Yan Dan asked solemnly, the more you know about your enemy, the more confident you will be in dealing with it. I heard that everyone in the black ice platform is selected from the Iron Eagle warriors. I think you should know about the Iron Eagle warrior. Yan Dan and Xiang Liang nodded with heavy expressions. The people of Lao Qin originally had an elite force called the Iron Eagle swordsmen. Sima Qiu created the Iron Eagle Sharp Soldier system while retaining the simple draft system of the Iron Eagle Swordsman. The guarantee of an Iron Eagle warrior is that if he dismounts and fights on foot, he must surpass the soldiers of Wei, and if he mounts and fights on horseback, he must surpass the knights of Zhao Qi and the Hun's cavalry. They are the best among the best. Everyone in Black Ice Terrace is the best among the best, plus they have their own unique training methods. It is no exaggeration to say that Black Ice Platform is stronger than the bad guys of the Tang Dynasty, the Imperial City Division of the Northern Song Dynasty and other organizations. If we really meet, Black Ice Platform may win without any pressure. That what Gai Nye said was not an exaggeration at all. The people of Qin are known for their ability to conquer and to fight without risking their lives. Black Ice Terrace is the best of the best. With super strength and no fear of death in a fight, anyone would be troubled by such an enemy. One more update, Chapter 48 Yin Susu. I want to become the true leader. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments. Is the Black Ice Platform really that scary? Xiang Liang swallowed and asked with his eyes widened. Gai Nye nodded firmly. I have been with Ying for many years, and I have not noticed the existence of any Black Ice Platform. They are the Emperor's guards. Except for those who perform tasks, the rest should always guard Ying. But even so, I didn't notice it. Having said this, Gai Nye's face showed deep helplessness. In this case, we should indeed consider Black Ice Platform as our strongest opponent to avoid intensification and mistakes. Yan Dan's tone was very certain. He also didn't expect that the Qin would actually hide such a powerful force. This made it more difficult for them to overthrow the Qin dynasty. Then several people began to plan. Xuanhuan's death and the changes in the Tianjiao list caused quite a stir in Jiuzhou. Many people were asking who killed Xuanhuan, but they didn't find out anything. Mingjiao, Guangmingding, after dealing with the things in her hands, Yin Susu rubbed her uncomfortable head. Since she became the temporary leader, she has been dealing with the mess left by Yang Dingtian's accidental death for many consecutive days. As things were dealt with one by one, Mingjiao also stabilized again. The efforts were not in vain. This made Yin Susu very relieved. After returning to her room, Yin Susu suddenly found an extra letter on the table. Yin Susu looked at the situation in the room vigilantly, and the internal force in her body was also mobilized, ready to take action at any time. After checking all the corners of the room and confirming that there was no one, Yin Susu breathed a sigh of relief. Use internal force to open the letter and check the content above. After reading it, Yin Susu's face changed. Drastically, the letter was written on it, which was the real cause of Yang Dingtian's death. This letter was left by the night watchman following Ying Ziyu's orders. Yin Susu began to doubt, who sent this letter? Is the content true? Is it reliable? Section 59. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It has to be said that Yin Susu is indeed a qualified leader and will never forget to ask questions about anything. Come here, please come over to the white-browed Eagle King. Yin Susu said, today's Mingjiao, the white-browed Eagle King is the oldest, understand and know the most things in teaching. It's best to ask him about this kind of thing. After a while, Yin Tianzheng, the white-browed Eagle King, walked in. Susu, what's the matter? You called me over in such a hurry. Yin Tianzheng asked eagerly. When others are around, he will call his daughter the leader. Privately, I just wanted to call him that before. Dad, let me ask you. Does the wife of Master Yang have a senior brother? Yin Susu asked. Yin Tianjing was stunned for a moment, then nodded and said, there is a senior brother. He looked at his daughter in confusion, wondering why her daughter would ask this question. Yin Susu continued to ask, did Leader Yang forcefully marry the leader's wife relying on his reputation and power? Yin Tianjing nodded again and said, indeed. Speaking of which, this is also the stain of the small number of people in Master Yang's life. Back then, the leader's wife and her senior brother were childhood sweethearts. Later, the leader fell in love with the leader's wife and forcibly married her back. My father saw this with his own eyes. The wedding was officiated by a Mingjiao elder who was alive at the time. Speaking of this, Yin Tianjing showed a look of reminiscence on his face, obviously thinking about those years back then. Then, he asked, Susu, why do you suddenly ask these things? Besides, where did you hear this? Today, only some older people in Mingjiao know about this matter, even young people such as Purple Shirt Dragon King Dai Qixi and Guangming left envoy Yang Shao who had not been members of the Ming cult for a long time did not know. Therefore, Yin Tianjing was curious as to why his daughter knew. Look at what's on the letter. Yin Susu handed the letter to Yin Tianjing. Yin Tianjing took a look, then his expression changed drastically, and he opened his eyes and looked carefully. Susu, where did you get this letter? Is everything in the letter true? Yin Tianjing asked with shock on his face. The dignified leader of the Ming cult died suddenly because he saw his wife having an affair with her former senior brother, who was practicing martial arts and had something stolen in his sight. If the content of the letter is true, then Mingjiao will be embarrassed this time. It will become a joke in Kyushu. It's really because I'm not sure that I called you here to ask. According to what you just said, I think this matter should be close to 10. The senior brother of the leader's wife is called Qin Kuan. I remember that Qin Kuan was also the one who killed the Lion King's family. These two people should be the same person. If you think about it this way, it seems that Qin Kuan has been secretly against my Mingjiao for a long time. Yin Susu said with a cold face. Yin Tianjing also understood what his daughter meant, because Xie Sun would kill innocent people indiscriminately when he went crazy, and he made many enemies for the Ming cult. Susu, what should we do about this matter? Yin Tianjing asked. Calling the 2 envoys on the left and right, the remaining 3 Dharma kings, and 5 scattered people to the main hall, Yin Susu shouted to the attendants outside. She said to Yin Tianjing, I think I should tell them what I really want to do. In this way, we can let them know the cause of the death of Master Yang and Qin Kuan, a lurking enemy. The most important thing is that I can also become a true leader. After saying that, Yin Susu strode out of the house. When Yin Tianjing saw his daughter like this, he felt very happy and hurriedly followed her. Soon, everyone gathered in the main hall. Master, I wonder why you asked me to come here. Yang Shao asked. During this period of time, he has been observing Yin Susu. He found that Yin Susu handled various things in an orderly manner, even better than Yang Dingtian. Yang Shao no longer complained in his heart and began to help Yin Susu wholeheartedly. Fan Yao, Dai Qixi, Shoabu and others had the same idea as Yang Shao. However, due to the previous agreement, one cannot truly become the leader of Yang until the cause of his death is found out. It would be difficult for them to suggest that Yin Susu directly become the leader. I have learned the reason why leader Yang died suddenly. Yin Susu said directly without any delay. The last chapter today, done. Wake up and continue. Chapter 49, Yin Susu's speculation. Qin Kuan was exposed. Asking for flowers, rating votes, collections, and comments. What? Yang Shao and others looked at Yin Susu with wide eyes and disbelief. It's just that I really think I might disappoint you. This matter will make our Ming cult the laughing stock of Kyushu. Yin Susu said calmly. Before taking out the letter, she still had to prepare Yang Shao and others mentally in advance. Otherwise, after reading the letter, it will definitely cause an uproar. By then, the Mingjiao, which had finally settled down, was in turmoil. That would be a huge loss. Yin Susu's words made Yang Shao and others look puzzled. What happened, and why did the Mingjiao lose so much face? These people all warned themselves secretly in their hearts, no matter what you see in a while, you must stay calm. Master, Don't worry, we are mentally prepared. Yang Xiao said solemnly. That's right, we have experienced all kinds of storms and waves, and we have seen all kinds of things. Fan Yao frowned and said, they both had a strong premonition, this matter might be very unusual, otherwise, the master would not have asked them to prepare in advance. Yin Susu still did not take out the letter, but looked at Xie Sun and said, Lion King, this matter is related to Qin Kuan. Section 60. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Read the contents of the letter later, please be sure to control your emotions. If you go crazy, I will not show mercy for the headquarters hall. Hearing Qin Kuan's name, Xie Sun's breathing became rapid in an instant, and he clenched his fists tightly, trying to control his emotions. Qin Kuan, Xie Sun gritted his teeth and said, he has been looking for Qin Kuan's whereabouts. Unexpectedly, the death of the leader Yang Dingtian is also related to Qin Kuan. Qin Kuan. This matter is related to him. Yang Xiao and others were a little surprised when they heard this name. They all knew the grudge between Xie Sun and Qin Kuan. Unexpectedly, the death of the leader was also related to this Qin Kuan. Susu girl, it's not that I don't trust you, but with Qin Kuan's strength, he can't do anything to the leader. I know Qin Kuan too well. For so many years, he has always been a peak warrior at most. The leader is a top warrior who is at the peak of the Grand Master's perfection and only half a step away from landing a god. You said that his death is related to Qin Kuan, I just can't figure it out. Xie Sun said after calming down, although he has a bad temper and will go crazy from time to time, but when he calms down, he still has the ability to think. If he is just a brainless warrior, he can't be one of the 4 Dharma kings of the Ming cult. Yang Xiao and the 5 scattered people also nodded in agreement. Don't worry, everyone. Read the contents of the letter. You will know the reason. Yin Susu didn't drag it out anymore and took the letter out directly. After reading the contents of the letter, Yang Xiao and others' first reaction was that this was impossible. Susu girl, where did you get this letter from? How did you know the contents of the letter? Xie Sun asked anxiously. He had been looking for Qin Kuan for many years but could not find any news. Unexpectedly, Qin Kuan often appeared under his nose. This made Xie Sun very annoyed. Lion King, please forgive me for not being able to tell you. This matter involves my own secret. However, I can assure you that if there is any trace of Qin Kuan in the future, I will inform you as soon as possible. Yin Susu promised solemnly. Xie Sun felt unwilling to hear this, but this is the only way to do it now. With his own strength, he might not be able to find Qin Kuan in this life. Yin Susu was relieved to see Xie Sun calm down. What she said just now was just a sudden inspiration. She already had a guess in her mind about who put down the letter, but there was no evidence to confirm her guess. Yang Xiao and others did not speak, but their expressions were a little unnatural. The leader of the Ming cult not only forcibly married someone's junior sister, but also died many years later because of the junior sister's affair with his senior brother. If this matter were to spread, the martial arts world in Jiuzhou would definitely laugh at the Ming cult. I can guarantee that everything in the letter about what the leader Yang did back then is true. These are all what I saw with my own eyes back then. Yin Tianjing, the white-browed eagle king, said. As soon as he spoke, the doubts in the hearts of Yang Xiao and others were completely eliminated. They all knew what Yin Tianjing was like. In the face of such a big issue, he would never help his daughter lie. Leader, how should we deal with this matter now? Yang Xiao asked very calmly. The most important thing at the moment is how to properly handle the matter in front of us. It can not only help Yang Dingtian get revenge, but also not lose the face of the Ming cult. What do you think? Yin Susu did not express her own opinion, but asked everyone in the Ming cult first. She has indeed become the leader, but she cannot have a one-sided opinion. If she is too strong, she will have the final say in everything, which will surely cause dissatisfaction among her subordinates. Martial artists, especially those with high realms, are all arrogant. Yang Xiao and others fell silent. After a moment, Yang Xiao said, I think we can delete some of the content in the letter. Just say that Qin Kuan is the enemy of the Ming cult and issue a hunting order against him. We can ignore the rest of the things. This is the best idea Yang Xiao can think of. It's not that Yang Xiao has no other ideas, but this kind of thing cannot be publicized. Otherwise, not only will the main cult lose face, but it will also lead to the loss of main cult members. This is a good idea from the left envoy Yang. Fan Yao nodded, the others nodded in agreement. The idea they can think of can both save the face of the main cult and kill Qin Kuan, that is the method Yang Xiao just mentioned. Since everyone agrees, then let's do it. From now on, a hunting order will be issued for Qin Kuan. If you can kill Qin Kuan, you can come to my main cult in exchange for a heavenly level technique, Yin Susu said. Yes, sir, everyone said in unison. Then, the main cult's hunting order for Qin Kuan spread throughout the 9 states. While everyone was still discussing this matter, another piece of news was also exposed. Master Yuanjin of Shaolin Temple is the real Qin Kuan. He has secretly joined the Yuan dynasty and became a guest of honor at the Riyang Palace. Brothers, it will be released at 12 o'clock tonight. I hope you can subscribe and support. Chapter 50. Niece, Uncle will take good care of you. Please give flowers, votes, collections, and comments.